I just jump on and hop. Uh, I'm based out of India at the moment, and as my work domain, I am. We are into logistics. We have a international logistics company where we move in cargoes globally, and of course, our relationship goes long way with Alifia and Gaurav. And I cannot miss to wish you a very happy birthday, Gaurav. Looking
Thank
forward to
you.
see you soon in Dubai. I'm going to be there next month. I'm going to meet you
Looking
guys
forward.
and look for wonderful for this beautiful bouquet of friends and business associates here in this group. I wish you a very, very potential meeting to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, Dipankar. Alifia, you go next.
Hi, Global Entrepreneur Network. This week, I am so grateful to my 10x team. We've had a beautiful meeting last week. We've signed a new client. We've had a new coach join us. We're about 7 coaches now in Dubai helping companies go IPO. And Anupama is one of it as well, one of our team as well. So we're so excited for the growth at which 10x is going. So I'm so grateful to the founder and everybody in the Dubai team who's making this thrive.
Thank you, Alifia. We have come to the fact end of the gratitude corner, and I close this session with my offering. Well, I'm grateful for the opportunities that the universe has placed in front of me, like 10x, like BDS. There's so many things happening. I'm grateful for people like you who motivate me and inspire me. And of course, I'm grateful to the challenges because those that make me stronger and make me move forward in life. So with this, I hand over the baton to Mr. Gaurav for the introduction. Gaurav, the virtual podium is yours. Over to you.
Thank you, Anupama. Good morning and welcome to another session of Global Entrepreneur Network. Today, we are on the 251st meeting of this platform. And we are in interesting times of challenges, but also times of making things possible is kind of more possible. That's a new use of language. The thing is that earlier things would take longer. Like, for example, we all probably remember people used to write letters, and now it's part of history. As in, you drop a letter in a letter box, and it takes about a week for the letter to reach, and then another week to hear back if the person kind of writes a quick response. From that era, we are now in nanoseconds able to reach out to people in the US, in Russia, in India, wherever. So lots is possible. Of course, AI is upon us and it makes things even faster, as in you don't even have to think through a 3-page letter. You just put the points and there you are, bingo. Of course, human beings will be relevant for the next billion years, I believe and I hope. So we have to upskill ourselves, we have to enlarge our network and keep our eyes on the ball. And as entrepreneurs and wannabe entrepreneurs, we've got to look at what is coming up and how we can do business across the length and breadth of the planet. Yes, there are challenges. Yes, there are people like DT who want to pull the plug on globalization, but I'm sure we will have better sense prevail and allow global trade to flourish. And our platform, Global Entrepreneur Network, is an ambassador for that kind of interaction and growth. So let me quickly share with you our presentation so that you get a sense of who we are and why we are here. So, welcome once again. Is my screen visible? Great. So we are Global Entrepreneur Network. We are the gateway to global business. We offer you global reach or outreach. We offer strategic partnerships and business expansion. We started our journey nearly 5 years ago in September 2020, and we've been through some storms since. We are united in our purpose. We are global dreamers, doers, and thinkers, and we connect people around the world. And we believe that we can have our ideas go beyond borders, and we can rise together and shape the future through cooperation and good business practices. Our purpose is to connect entrepreneurs everywhere. Our vision is to have this community grow to 10,000 people by 2030 and have 50 countries represented on Global Entrepreneur Network. And our mission is to build a platform for global reach through online networking and collaboration. Our values: generosity, knowledge sharing, collaboration, accountability, and integrity. So these are some of the activities. In the month of April, we had technology, software, and digital services. That's my sister. Let me say hi to her. I'm sorry, there's an exception. Thank you, thank you. I'm on an online meeting. I'll call you back. Thanks. Sorry, that was my sister from Gurugram in the Delhi NCR region. Then in June, we took on the month for healthcare, wellness, and medical services. In June, also, we participated in the 4th Business and Investors Summit, where we had many knowledge sharing sessions. We had over 100 people gather, and I moderated a session on AI and how it impacts our day-to-day life. In July, we had the month for education, training, and professional development. And this month, we have financial services, investment, and insurance as the theme. And we are very fortunate to have our speaker, who I will introduce shortly. This is our lineup of our leadership. We have Alifia Sura, who's the president and co-founder. I'm the other co-founder. I look after the operations of this platform. Sabri Rajan is vice president marketing. Anupama Parkar is vice president digital transformation. And Bharat Nangia, who may join us later, is vice president for global growth. And he's also our LinkedIn ambassador. So this is how we will roll. After this presentation, we will have a knowledge session, followed by the business session, which will be conducted by Alifia, and we'll close at 9:30 Dubai time. And I'm very happy to share with you that we have almost 2,100 people on our LinkedIn group, and on our LinkedIn page, we have 1,144 people. So the community is growing, and very happily so. If you are not a member of our LinkedIn group, you can scan this and get there. You can also then join our WhatsApp community. If you are joining us for the first time, I will share with you our WhatsApp community details. And I will close by saying thank you all for who have wished me on my 57th birthday. I'm really blessed to be in your company. And I would now request our founder or co-founder, Alifia, to share a bit about what's going on. Alifia, I will manage the presentation if you are okay with it.
Fantastic. Am I audible?
Yes. Shall I move?
Okay. Yes. 1 second. Yeah. So thank you all for joining us at the Global Entrepreneur Connect, and especially thank you for joining us every week. And every week that we meet at the same time, all over the world, people join us. And we're looking forward so much to grow this community. As Gaurav started this morning about the global economy and how the things are changing and how the tariffs are affecting some and more, right? And are we all prepared for the constant churns that come? Sometimes it's COVID, sometimes it's tariffs, and there is always some recession but how are we as entrepreneurs helping and building our sustainability or whatever we're trying to create enough that it can fight these regular turmoils that keep coming? Are we prepared? Because something that or the other that's going to keep happening. So one of our missions at Global Entrepreneur Network is to really help you business owners expand out of your reach. Stop depending on a single country or a single economy. And can we actually diversify or go wider into another region in another country and spread your eggs in more baskets and more this thing? Can this perhaps help us to not depend on a single economy and actually improve our coverage for a more wider network and help a better productivity? So at Entrepreneur Network, we have a few things where most entrepreneurs are working endless cycles. Gaurav, go next. Go all four. We try marketing. We don't know how to price our products. Every time we are hustling and haggling for giving discounts. And most times entrepreneurs are alone and lonely. You have nobody to really spar head your challenges in your company, in your family, in your friends. Nobody's quite on the same level. And not every time do you can pretty much ping pong what's going on in your dilemma or double shoot, or if you're at that T-junction, you don't know if you should go left or right. And you're just double guessing yourselves all the time. So this is a typical scenario of a typical entrepreneur everywhere. It's a global scenario. Gaurav, go next. Happy birthday. I think it's the thing Gaurav will go next and say happy birthday, Gaurav. So he will go next, okay? So what we have built at Gen is an opportunity to, hold on, bro. An opportunity to go have an extension. Okay, so the global gateway, we have specialists sitting in Hong Kong, we have specialists sitting in Dubai, we have specialists sitting in India. These are three places that we can have a dedicated support for you should you consider needing help to go in. So we've got $100 escape part. For $100, you can sit and brainstorm, have a dedicated accountability, have a dedicated focused discussion with an expert who can potentially give you ideas to move either Hong Kong, either India, either Dubai. And we're very welcome to take someone from the West, from Europe, or the Americas, and then we are open and we give you that offer. Gaurav, go next, bro. We'll have to go a little faster if you want to give time to our speaker. Authority positioning is something where if you want to talk about your company or what you do, then this is a platform where you can. We're living it on YouTube all the time. We're spreading it on LinkedIn as well. So these are our two main networks. But you can come talk about it. If you're at a T-junction, don't know if you should go left, right. For a small $100, either of these services we have as a platform, you can come in for a small $100 and tell us, okay, I want to come and pitch my business at a Gen meeting. We give you 15, 20 minutes and there you go. You have a business challenge, we create a proper profile where different entrepreneurs can chat and discuss with you and you can go. Are you really doing digital marketing? Are you using the chatbots, the AI? Do you have the AI transformation? We have an expert who can give you some kind of an idea, some kind of a direction and help you get there. Sales automation. Is your team performing? Is your sales team delivering? Do you have the right go-to-market plan? We do a lot of live events in Dubai. Do you want to, for a small $100, come and put your poster, showcase yourself? There are so many events that we're doing in Dubai. And if you want to do it anywhere else, we can find a team member in any other country to help you get positioned for a very small fee of 100 US, which is really a no-brainer. So these are some of the things that we have, but here we are to help you diversify and move your economy to a better sustenance. Gaurav, go next. Happy birthday. And the deadlines are coming. The competitors keep moving. Shortcuts are happening. Companies are moving to a next level much faster than ever. There is no more that you need 10 years and 15 years to really become a stable, mature business anymore. People are getting there much faster. And before you know it, another year goes. So are you still stagnant? Are you still using the old best practices? That calls for a happy birthday, Gaurav. I like the smile he gets every time. One more happy birthday, bro. So take a hand, is what we say. Take a hand. Either transform or stagnate, but take a call. Because the most expensive resource on this planet is time. You can pay $1 million or $1 billion, but you cannot buy yesterday back. You will never buy last quarter back. You will never buy your last 6 months back. So we are now half year down, but take a hand. Some idea, we always say one insight can change your life forever. All you need is that one sparking idea. So come in, take $100, come in, pick on one of our brains, and we make it happen for you. So we have the tools and we have the resources. And if you want to come on board as a supporting team, we're welcoming you as well. So happy birthday once again. One more. So this is what we have, all the tools, and we invite you to come on board. So we stop sharing now. It's your gateway to global business. Let's hear from our speaker for today and learn a little bit more. Happy birthday needs to unmute himself to be heard.
Thank you. Thank you, Alifia. Now on to our education session at the 251st meeting. I am very happy to have a person who guided me through a program almost 5 years ago. This is also networking through my friend VP Menon. During the COVID era, we had a course on finance for non-finance professionals. And I was in Dammam that time when I joined this program, and we have stayed in touch on WhatsApp in the community. And the person who led this is a person who has over 28 years of experience in the finance field. He is a senior executive at a global major called ESAB, and he's also a professor of finance at a university in Moscow, a global player, having managed not only the CIS region, but also Africa and the GCC. Please join me in welcoming Alexei Nuzny, who will speak on corporate grade financial tools for SMEs, simplifying complexity. Alexei, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Gaurav, and happy birthday.
Thank you.
Okay, if you don't mind, I'll share my screen. Just a second. Mm-hmm. Okay, I believe you can see my screen. Okay. Thank you. Well, good morning again, everyone. First of all, thank you for having me here on this platform, and it's truly a pleasure for me. Well, Gaurav mentioned that we know each other for quite some time, and when he invited me to speak, let's be honest, it was one of the invitation you simply cannot refuse. My hope is that this session turns out to be helpful, useful to at least some of you, because to be perfectly frank, I long ago I've lost this luxury to spending time on a conversation that does not bring value. So let's start. Unfortunately, we do not have too much time, but still. Okay, let's begin with Jack Welch. I believe everybody heard about this guy, legendary CEO of General Electric, a man once called manager of the century. He grew GE's market, just imagine, from 12 to $280 billion. But here is the twist. After he left, many of his practices came under fire. Some says he optimized too much hard for short-term performance. Some blame his legacy for GE's later struggles. And yet the quote remains absolutely relevant to our discussion today. What can be measured, can be improved. Whether you agree with his style or not, Welch understood one thing deeply. Business is about numbers. And that's exactly why we're here today, to simplify financial complexity. So you can see clearly, act confidentially, confidently, and build stronger, more resilient company. Few words about myself. Sorry, I have to spend time on that, so you better understand why this topic matters to me personally. First, I've spent most of my career in international industrial business, working across very different business culture, Western Europe, India, China, Middle East, and Russia. And one thing I've learned, finance is the common language of business, no matter where you are. Second, I worked for many years in public multinational companies, and today I hold a dual role as financial and operations director of company ESAP. ESAP is the global leader in welding technologies, company that celebrated 120 years just last year. And the company is listed on New York Stock Exchange. And as you can imagine, my job isn't just about finance. It's about understanding the full picture of the business, from sales to production, from logistics to supply chain. So I know how financial tools need to work in the real world. One more point, my daily clients are not just internal teams. They are also distributors and SME partners. Real business facing real life constraints. I talk to them a lot, and I understand how hard it can be to stay in control when time, money, and people are all limited. I believe you all understand it, guys, right? And finally, I've spent many years as a professor of finance and management, mostly in executive MBA programs. I worked with the business owners, GEs, finance heads, and I know the question they worry about, actually. That's why I'm here. I share tools that come not from textbooks. They're coming from the boardrooms, from factory floors, and real business conversation. Now let's come to the point. This diagram may look conceptual, but in fact, it reflects the real life of any business, large or small. It starts and ends with one thing, and I believe you understand what I'm talking about. It's cash. You take capital, your own or borrowed, and you invest into the business, people, inventory, equipment, marketing. Then comes the hard part, turn that investment into value. And the process always following the same logic. First, you understand the customer needs. You build a sale process that actually delivers. Then you produce or deliver your product or services. You invoice, and hard part actually to try to get paid. Hopefully you generate profit, best case scenario, and then this is the key, you decide whether to reinvest or that profit or to take it out. Now here is the insight. The better you manage each step in this flow, the more cash you generate and the stronger your business becomes. But when something goes wrong, when cash gets stuck in receivables or inventory or inefficient processes, you break the loop. That's when growth becomes painful. What I want to do today is walk you through the key places in this value flow where SMEs often leak value, and show you tools to plug those leaks. Gaurav, I don't know if you remember this chart or not. We spent quite a lot of time discussing that. Unfortunately, now we do not have such a lot of time, but still. Let me ask you directly, guys, and feel free to respond in the chat or just think for yourself. Which of these challenges painted at the right side of the slide hurts your business the most right now? Is it revenue volatility? Is it struggling to managing expenses, difficulty accessing capital, cash flow pressure? How can I see your responses here? Okay. If somebody wants, just unmute your macro and give few words about that. Your feedback would be very, very helpful. Are these okay? Here is the chat. Okay. Revenue is not enough. Agree. Anyway, you are not alone. I see these issues everywhere, from mid-sized manufacturers in India to distributors in Gulf, GCC countries, and SMEs in Eastern Europe. But here is the problem. These challenges often show up together. For example, if you don't control expenses, your cash flow suffers. If you have no access to capital, you can't invest in growth. If your customers pay late, you're always in a firefighting mode. Well, the good news is, even in complex situation, you do not need to fix everything at once. You just need to know where to start. That's what we're looking at next. Expenses and revenue seems to be quite challenging when businesses are in their initial stage. Absolutely. Thank you for that. Slide. Let's make it even more practical. This is the version of a discretionary cash flow statement. In normal standard report, you will not find it in accounting software. But if reflects something much more important, where your money is actually going and what's under your control. We look at 8 levels, and I'd like you to do something simple while I speak. Pick 1 or 2 areas here that you believe are the biggest source of cash leakage in your business today. Just type in the chat. While your answers are coming, let me quickly walk through the logic. Can you increase price or volume? And Alfia actually mentioned this pricing strategy that is always quite challenging, right? Can you improve your cost structure, especially variable costs? Are your overheads under control? Can you review depreciation or tax policies for optimization? And it's also possible. Is your working capital tied up in receivables or stock? Are you paying too much interest on loans? All of these areas either produce or consume cash. And the key point is this: most of them are in your hands. Even in tough economic conditions, smart tactical moves in just 1-2 of these drivers can improve cash flow without external financing. Check chat. We are a new company that is undercapitalized and bootstrapping our way through this startup. Okay, Brian, you see, all these problems, all these challenges are fully relevant to your business, to start up. Salaries are the highest cost often in Dubai. I agree with you, especially it's relevant to services, right? Yeah, that's the problem, how to manage that. Okay, let's move on. Pricing. Let me start with this, and I believe you agree that's often makes people uncomfortable, pricing, yeah? But here is the truth. And it's backed by decades of data. A 1% increase in price can boost your profit by 10 to 15% or even more. Now some of you are probably thinking, but in my market, price is everything. It's too competitive. I have no way to increase prices. I hear that all the time. Sorry. I hear that all the time, especially from SMEs, especially from my distributors of a sub product. Price is not just a number, it's a message. It tells the customer how you value your product and how they should value it too. I'm not saying that you should just raise prices blindly, but you have to. And probably ask yourself the question, when the last time you reviewed your pricing logic? Have you analyzed margin by product or customer segment? Have you identified opportunities to offer premium options or unbundle value? The fastest way to improve your bottom line is not always to sell more, it's to sell smarter. Think for a second, when was the last time you raised price even slightly on your most profitable product or service? And probably it's good time to do that. Now let's talk about something every SME hates: delayed payments. You sold the product, deliveries on time, even gain a discount, but where is the money? In many SMEs, I worked with 10 to 50% on annual revenue is lost in bad debts or chronic delays. DSO, days sales outstanding, often exceeds the industry benchmark by 30-50%. How many of you have been in this situation? The sale is closed, but the cash didn't come, and you are now chasing your own clients. And I know very well, it was a big pain when I worked in Dubai office in my company, that collection is a really big challenge, especially on this market of Middle East and Africa as well. The situation when the sale is closed but you cannot collect money, it's not just frustrating, it's dangerous. Because if your profit is on paper, but your cash is still with the customer, you can't invest. You can't pay salaries, right, Alfia? You can't grow. Here is what helps. And these are probably the ideas I want to share with you, and that is something applicable not just to multinationals. That's where SMEs, small and medium enterprises, can work on and get some good momentum. First of all, clear credit policy, even if informal. You should not be specialist how to prepare this document, but you should think about it to make some rules how credit could be provided to the customer. Discipline around payment terms and follow-up. Identifying risky clients earlier. Incentivize for early payments, right? And the key takeaways from this slide and my long experience on different markets: don't let a successful sale become a silent loss. If receivables are a cash trap, then inventory is a cash graveyard. Many SMEs owners tell me we always seems to have the wrong inventory, too much of what doesn't sell, too little of what's really needed. Is it sounds familiar for you? Of course, I'm speaking mostly about companies, trading companies and manufacturing companies. With the servicing company, it probably a bit different, but for the rest of them, inventory is really very, very important. In fact, 20 to 30% of working capital in small and medium enterprises is locked in stock. And that's a double risk, actually. Too much stock, it's deal money, sitting, aging, losing value. Too little, commercial guys, please help me to explain what is the issue here. You just missed sales. You lose clients. Your competitivity goes down. You're losing your reputation as the best seller on this market. Think for a moment how much money is sitting on your shelves right now and doing nothing. Inventory is not just an operational decision. It's a strategic financial asset. The smartest SMEs I've seen have started treating inventory like money, reviewing ABC categories, cutting tail items, improving forecast discipline. Don't manage stock, manage liquidity hidden inside stock. And then comes the question we are dread. What if something goes wrong? What if your bigger customers cuts order by 50%? What if your supplier delays shipment for 3 weeks? What if exchange rate move against you by 10%? There are these are not wild hypotheticals. For many SMEs, they are monthly reality. I believe for you as well, guys. But the difference between being reactive and being strategic is just one thing: scenario planning. You don't need fancy software, just a few basic models. One, just build up several scenarios, how you see your business will go in future. What are your forecasts? Build one scenario, the worst case cash flow. One is for FX or material price shocks. One for lost sales or margin drops. Ask yourself, have you ever run a what if model in the last 6 months? If not, you are driving without a seatbelt. Planning doesn't remove risk, and based on my long experience in finance, all the forecasted and budgeted, the reality is always not match 100% with them. But the fact that you are forecasting is removing surprises, especially this scenario strategy helps with that. You consider different factors, different drivers that can affect negatively or even positively your business. In uncertain markets, eliminating surprises is already a competitive edge. I believe you agree with me. Let me say something simple and very real. What gets measured gets managed. Let's come back to Mr. Welch quote. I've seen this again and again in giant corporation and in small industrial workshops. If you measure it, you think about it. If you don't, it gets ignored, forgotten, or misunderstood. The problem is most SMEs don't lack data. You have data. You lack focus. Instead of tracking dozens of reports, you need just 5, 6 numbers that speak to your business health. Are we growing? Are we making money? Are we collecting cash? Is our working capital healthy? Think about your own business. If someone woke you up at 3 a.m. and asked, how is the business doing? You should answer not in few words, but in 5 numbers. If not, it's time to build a simple dashboard. And I'll show you one right now. Probably after my presentation, I'll show you that in an Excel file. This is something quite similar to what even big corporations present to as an executive summary to the top management. The financial factor that should be tracked at least on monthly basis. If you want, I will share with you this file. Don't think about the numbers. Numbers are just random, but it could be potentially a good start for you to build something similar, relevant to your particular business. What I have here and what I think are the critical numbers for your business. First of all, it's revenue to understand are we growing and or shrinking. It's gross margin. Again, coming back to the question of pricing and costing, are we doing that correctly or not? Then DSO and DSI. DSO, are we collecting cash? DSI, is our stock under control? And the cash flow itself. You see EBITDA is here. EBITDA is an awesome metric that helps you to clear up your P&L from something that is not actually relevant to your daily business, right? Working capital in dollar value, again, it's something that explain to you if you have a free cash or your cash is fully frozen in accounts receivable and inventory, right? For me personally, it's important to check the personnel. How big is your headcount? Are you growing? Are people leaving your company? And again, it can be interpreted differently, right? Probably you're hiring actively and you need more people, but you are struggling with that. Or it's vice versa. You need a way how to reduce the number of people with you, but you still cannot succeed with that. Well, I have just 25 minutes, so not too much time. Let me make some wrap up here. If you don't need to change everything at once. You don't need a team of consultants. They're always very expensive. You don't need a 5-year digital roadmap. You need momentum, and momentum starts with small wins. Here are a few things you can do this month, not someday. Revisit your pricing strategy. Again, that's where your profit and your cash is hidden. Don't be shy if your product has really some competitive advantage. You need to make this price premium. It's really don't be too humble with your clientele with that. Check your cash flow drivers. Where is the money leaking? Then old receivables, clean it up. Start with top 5 overdue customers. Then review your inventory. Free up space and cash. Build up finally your KPI dashboard. Even a rough draft is better than nothing. And pick just one tool. It could be cash prep, scenario planner, credit tracker, whatever, or a simple what if scenario. Just old, good Excel works perfectly for these purposes. And please, guys, don't wait for perfection. Don't wait for ideal model. Just start small, measure impact, adjust. That's how real businesses grow, especially in turbulent time. And remember, you are not alone. Everyone here faces the same constraints. Limited time, limited people, limited cash. But with the right focus and a few simple financial tools, you can take control and move forward. Let me finish again with Mr. Jack Welch. Um, Knowledge of finance is not just a skill, it's a weapon. It's a weapon. And I really believe that. You know, when you combine roles of operational manager and financial manager, you understand it even better. Sometimes these two functions fight with each other, but when half of your brain belongs to your production, your sales, your marketing, supply chain, etc., and the second one it belongs to financial issues, problem, finding funds, etc. It really helps you to build a real vision understanding of the real situation here. That's why I really believe in Mr. Welch idea here. In business, especially in SMEs, financial awareness is not a luxury. It's a survival. It also what gives your confidence to grow, not by chance, but by design. I hope today's session gave you a few practical ideas and maybe even some inspiration. Now I'd love to hear from you. Questions, challenges, some specific situation.
Thank you, Alexei, for sharing your wisdom with us. Very timely. And it's all about the bottom line. So for the questions, we have Prasad. Prasad, go ahead.
Hi, Alexei. Nice to see you after 5 years.
Hi, Prasad. Hi, my friend.
And incidentally, he was with me. Your sponsor. Remember VP Menon?
Absolutely. I still have a lot of friends
So he's also
from this session. Yeah.
He's also saying hello to you. Yeah. In fact, I did this course with Alexei, so I know him very well. Just for people who's listening. So, Alexei, my question to you is, of course, I've always been asking this question. Okay, in an enterprise, okay, there are two arms which are the most powerful arms. One is the marketing and one is the finance. And there is always this slugfest or this hand wrestling which happens between finance and marketing. Marketing wants to increase their market share. Okay, whereas finance is looking at the bottom line. Okay, as an entrepreneur, okay, managing both these functions, where should I focus on? The finance part or is it the market part?
Okay. So the question is how to manage both these arms, how to balance them. Well, I believe the key for success is your team. You definitely need to have in your team people who manage market perfectly. You need to find the best people for doing that, and you have people who well understand financial part of the business. These specialists, it's not the end of the story. If you have all of these specialists, you need to join them together and speak with them with the trust and openness, so everybody can understand the struggles from the other side of the business. When marketing people, when people in sales, in production understands the requirement of bottom lines on working capital management, of cash management, of the financial side of the business, and finance people perfectly understand that sales is on the first place, then everybody will work in a really good team and support each other. So you will manage both of these arms perfectly. I don't know, it's my really privilege. I'm working now in a tremendous company. SAP is a good, basically it's a market leader in my industry, but my own team in Russia CIS, they're really great people that balance. And you know, guys, what I'm trying to do from time to time, I conduct same finance for non-financial trainings for all of them, so they can better understand the needs for finance and necessity to achieve these financial targets. Sometimes it's very painful. Sometimes you need to make very unpopular moves or decisions, but everybody should understand why. What are the reasons behind that? Thank you very much, Prasad, for your question. If that resonates with you, what I just said.
No, sure.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Great to see you.
Thank you, Alexei. Any other questions before we start with the business session? Alifia, use.
Okay. I think, Alexei, it was such a brilliant coverage. I think you covered the most important points, the most important realizations for every entrepreneur. I always, we're into manufacturing and trading and stuff. And for most trading companies, it's always a catch-22 situation, right? When you said you manage your liquidity in the stock that is stuck. And then immediately next line you said was, stock shortage means lost customers and frustration in the market. So technically, when you don't have stock, you have an unhappy, whatever, but then you also have money stuck in the stock. And I loved it when you talked about the rolling forecast, because that is the solution. And we use it all the time. But if you want, for our audience, if you can tell us a little bit more about that rolling forecasting for people that, use or don't use. And even for me, we do use it, but yeah, I would love to just reinforce that understanding from you.
Yeah. Thank you for the question, Alicia, and thank you for high estimate of my brief speech. Yes, rolling forecast is a very, very powerful thing in your hands, and multinationals use it widely and in every different angles, different how to say different dimension of managing of the business. So rolling forecast, we have a forecast for P&L, right? We forecast, well, first of all, we start with the budgeting. Budget is your how you see the full year performance, right? Normally, we start budgeting process in September, and the financial year is from 1st of January till 31st of December. It's not always the case in India, as I know most of companies, they based on a different fiscal calendar starting from 1st of April. Doesn't matter. Even if today you understand that the business situation, cost situation, economical situation in general, in December, November last year will change 100% anyway. You have to build your 12 months forecast that we call budget. Yeah. Then we are doing forecasting on monthly basis. So how it happens? First months of the year, let's say January is over. Actual results of January, you know it. You close the months, and you can compare it with your initial forecast. And the core idea is to find variances, not just to find it, but to explain it. Why your sales were lower than expected? Why your average selling price were different? Why the operation expenses differs? Why you spent for salaries and wages more than you expected, etc. Right? So you found the difference. You explained that you made some managerial decision, but then you know that February is coming, right? You need to understand how February will look like, and at this point you reassess all the lines of your P&L, not just for February, but for February, March, April, etc., till the year end, because now you know better the conditions of the market. New drivers come, new factors, new effects, reality, whatever, right? So you adjust your future vision of the business in this new forecast. Then February is over and you reassess it again. Now you have more statistical information, not just January, but February actuals, right? And you have more data to adjust your vision of the rest of the year from March till December. And that's how we use this forecasting model on P&L. But same thing we're doing for cash as well, because cash is a different thing. You start with a collection. Yeah, we are personally using 3 months rolling forecast. It means that now I forecast 3 months ahead on a weekly basis. So it means I forecast every week collection, disbursement, payment to third parties, payments, taxes, salaries, etc. And what is the net cash, right? By having plans for every single week, you can better understand what happened. And this is normal. If you expect to have some big collection from a big customer on some certain week, you know that a week before you need to pay some, I don't know, big payments to the supplier of raw material. If you do not have money, you need to do something with that beforehand to find funds to pay to this supplier. If you don't do that, you jeopardize your relationship. The trust is lost, right? So that's what we're doing. And again, it's not the end of the story. Same, we're forecasting working capital. Interesting that in my corporation, 3 major metrics are measured every month, and basically this is the base for bonuses. Yeah, first is the top line. It's a sales, right? Critically important to analyze what's your marketing position. Is your business growing or declining? The second point, it's EBITDA. Already touched that. It's a bottom line to analyze the operational business. And the third one is working capital, because all three lines are material for cash generation. Yeah, all these metrics should be forecasted on regular basis. I can speak hours about that. It's something that's really important, interesting, and I do have some experience, but I understand the time is limited. But again, thank you very much, Alifia, for your question. Thank you.
I want to just quickly, for our entrepreneurs who are listening and also people who are not here, but they always listen back on the YouTube. I want to, of course, the good companies and the bigger companies do this, and it's a benchmark that they follow. But for a regular SME entrepreneur, how is the solution to do this? Sometimes we've worked with bankers with third-party audits, but not everyone understand the rolling forecast and do it right. Or is it, do you have any tip or suggestion or a tool on AI or something that you could recommend for SMEs that can quickly implement to have this?
Well, first of all, I will share with you this Excel file with a very simple budget model. I believe it will be already something, at least you can start from that as the baseline. My suggestion, what would I suggest to SME? You should not hire a very expensive CFO for that. You should not hire consultants. You should not buy some sophisticated software for that. Just a simple Excel, just simple logic. Okay, you understand that sales for this month should be X. Then think over it a bit longer. Put your horizon for some longer time. Yeah. Next cell, you put your sales for the following months, next month, etc. And then already you have something. You have a base for future analysis. You can compare your expectation from the sales performance with the actual data, right? And that's already something. This Excel model is not something really difficult. It could be elaborated quite easily based on a common business logic. But I know for sure banks, if you expect to have some banking financing, they will analyze not just your historical filing, your reporting, balance sheet, income statement, etc. They will take into consideration your future planning for sure. And if you have something like that, don't be too shy, don't be humble, present it to them, saying that, okay, our current situation is like this, but I have a very strong feeling that in future, my cash position, my profit performance will improve. And I have some reason for that. Just show this file and it should help.
Wow.
Yeah, I just need to comment a few seconds. Okay, I am an SME. My company is an SME, and we use this Excel PSI, purchase sales inventory. Okay, it is a perfect tool for me. It is not very complicated, but it basically enables me to understand in a rolling forecast what my sales for the next 4 months are. Because when I am actually buying from a factory, I need to give 4 months lead times for manufacturing. So during those 4 months, I actually plan my purchase, sale, as well as inventory. And if there is any uncertainty or any changes which happen or any downfall which takes place, accordingly, the next succeeding 4 months, I'll adjust the purchasing to match with the inventory and the sales. So this is how I plan a proper cash flow to ensure that my business still is on foot to really pay up to the suppliers as well as get the collection from the customers. Because finally, this all boils down to the cash flow, which is like the blood of any body, where we need to keep the blood flowing. We need to keep the cash flow on just to ensure that the business is running well and good. Thanks.
Fantastic.
Very well said, Prasad. Thank you.
Well done. Great. One of the most important resources in any business is cash and money management. And I love the program of finance for non-finance managers. So if you want to leave your coordinates for anyone to connect with you or attend any of those upcoming ones, I know they happen globally, right? The finance for non-finance managers, is it a...
So, Alfia, I am a testimonial to the course. I have done this course 5 years back with Alexi under UV group. And it was just an amazing experience. And let me just also recommend Alexi, not for the professionalism, but for the personal interest he takes even after the course. Even now, sometimes I send my financial statements to him to analyze.
It could not be a better recommendation.
And yes, honestly speaking, without any self-interest, really does great analysis and sits with me and runs through all the points just to ensure that I am aware of what he's talking. Because sometimes, being an entrepreneur, being a salesperson, okay, we are just gung-ho over business. We don't look at the bottom line. We just look at the top line. But with Alex, he measures it point by point, and I am absolutely thrilled. I just have a fantastic relation even now with him, and I can definitely vouch for his courses.
Thank you very much, Prasad. Thank you.
On a lighter note, I was listening to what Prasad says, but then, his body language with those big muscles and the box coming into the screen, I'm like, oh my God, I believe you, bro.
It has to be brains with bronze.
Saad has big financial muscle also.
Oh, but Alex, were you saying something when we interrupted you?
No. It's okay. I just saying that as Prasad and Gaurav said, it was 5 years ago when I conducted this training for my Dubai audience. I don't know. Maybe if it will be some interest for that, I will repeat it one day.
No, I am surely again a participant because I have to relearn.
Yeah. No, companies I know in Dubai, at least they do every year. You have to attend it. For senior managers, they make us attend these. I mean, it's compulsory to, I think even in many companies all around the world, they make it like every year you got to attend the same thing, or every 2 years, or I mean, very often that they send senior managers again and again for that because you always come out with a new nugget. So it's amazing. It's very powerful.
I need someone to help me to promote my course on Dubai market. I used to work in 2 offices, Moscow and Dubai, but when COVID started, it stopped, and I returned back completely to Russia CIS. But anyway, I'm free to come anytime if someone will want to arrange that. I can dedicate like 3 days for that.
Global Entrepreneur Network is your new anchor in the Middle East.
Thank you, Gaurav. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I can suggest Moscow as a getaway for this course because now Moscow is beautiful.
Now? It changed like now? Always, right?
We've got to weigh the risks.
Okay. No, officially, thank you so much, Alexi. It was great. For any other questions coming in? Okay, great.
Alexi is now part of our WhatsApp group, so people can put their questions to Alexi there. Alithia, we have only about 15 minutes officially. So
we'll create a breakout room. We'll let people dwell deeper into what are they using for financials and how are they doing your internal, and have a tete-a-tete with another member. So I'm going to create a breakout room with small, you've got only 10 minutes. So guys, talk about the topic. We are not doing a sales pitch now. Think about what you're doing for your financials. Use this opportunity of whatever deep dwell we got on a very small time that we had. But go deeper into how you're using your company finances and talk with each other. Like, what are you doing? What am I doing? But do a quick, if each person talks like 2 to 3 minutes, and that should be amazing to kind of, deep dive. So I'm going to create rooms. Everyone, let's get in our rooms and have a chat to discuss more. Is tariff affecting you? Could be another discussion that you want to do, and see what, just talk purely about the financials. We can all get into our rooms. Irina, hi. Hi, Vilas.
Yes, I need to go. Thank you for your session and good luck.
Okay.
Bye bye.
See you.
Thanks, Alicia, for now. So it was very great morning for me. Thanks.
Are you going into
Thanks,
a room
guys.
to chat about the breakout? You're getting into a breakout room?
Let's try maybe. I don't see the button, sorry. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, go ahead. We have Gaurav there with you. You need help, Vilas, to go in another room, or are you okay?
Alicia, thanks.
Okay.
Thanks for this morning. Yeah, I should leave now. We will have a great chat with Ralph. So thanks for all you guys. Bye for now.
Thank you very much. It's been lovely to have you, Alexander.
Yeah, thanks.
And
Thanks, Alicia.
see you again soon.
Yeah,
But we
wish
hope
you
you join our
good
WhatsApp
weekend.
group.
Wish you good weekend. And yeah,
Yes.
maybe we could be in touch.
Absolutely. Yes, absolutely. You are in our WhatsApp group now?
What's up? No.
We've been, I'll send you a quick link if you can join our WhatsApp group again. 1 second. Everyone, do join our WhatsApp group.
I was lucky to be with Alexi in the room.
Yes, I know. I noticed. I was like, the right man is in.
So we were talking.
He's a finance geek himself. So
finance guy talking to a finance guy.
To attract the right. So we've got the quick link in the chat. Make sure you're in our WhatsApp group, and you can always refer back to this meeting on YouTube. And so Alexander, do check our WhatsApp group link. And if you want to leave your introduction in our listing, but we meet every Saturday, so you should come back.
Thanks.
Every Saturday, same time.
Thanks for now. So bye for everyone.
Thank you very much, and we see you again next Saturday. If anyone want to continue discussions in a breakout room, we can still create some, and you can continue your final chats for another 10-15 minutes. But otherwise, we get to see you back next week. Though officially the meeting is at a close. Thank you once again, Alexi. It was brilliant.
Thank you. Let's see you next week.
Thank you. Thank you.
See you all next week.
Thank you.